Vũ Lê Hà Giang. I'm in grade 5 at Hòa Bình Primary School. Let me ask you a question. How many days can you separate from your parents? As for me, I can only separate from my parents no more longer than 1 day. In that case, I feel really sad, unhappy, and lonely. I wonder, how about the orphan children? They have to be away from their parents forever. They must be really sad and hesitant. So today, I will talk about how to give wing to our friends orphan. But why did they become orphan children? Most causes because of the COVID-19 epidemic. You know, for every 2 COVID-19 deaths, 1 child loses a caregiver. We must do more things to address this orphan crisis. Children who suddenly lose a loved one are susceptible to short and long-term negative effects, both physically and mentally. If psychological instability persists, it will lead to learning decline, low self-esteem, and negative thinking. The death of one or both parents will make the child feel loss of attention and compassion, loss of family integrity, loss of model and security. The main deterrent for most children is lack of hope and motivation. In my opinion, there are 3 main parts of solution. The first one is finance, the second, education, and the last one is mental well-being. Let's go with the first one, finance. Each participating organization creates their own financial support roadmap that utilize their connection and resource most efficiently. Support varies also depending on each family circumstances. Second, education. All of the organization will have scholarship program in place to support children in a long term and make sure that they are not alone in their education path. The last one, mental well-being. Provide counseling, guidance, and long-term psychological support for the orphan. Here are some typical activities that the Vietnamese has done. The first one is the scholarship that will support you 3 million Vietnam dong per month until you finish high school. Next, we have the ATM of Love will support you 1 million Vietnam dong per month until the end of the year. We have the I Am Not Alone campaign and the Godmother program that help the Vietnamese orphan a lot. But how? Do you know who is this man? He is Mr. Chung Yabun, chairman of FPT Group. He was decided to build a boarding school to raise more than 1,000 orphans. That's a big number, right? But here, what do orphans do when they are hopeless? They must remember these 2 men. The first man is John Lennon, the best songwriter ever and the Beatles guitarist. Although he was raised by his uncle and his aunt, he was still very successful and famous in the world. Next, we have Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was a really familiar name to us. He was giving up for adoption when he was birthed. His new parents showered him with love and attention. By 1976, the 2 Steve had collaborated and marketed the Apple. I today stand here. I would like to tell you that I understand and share your suffer. So do the older people. All of us will give wing to your dream and go to a better future. Therefore, you should not lose your hope. You can improve yourself day by day but accept the truth. You can work your way out of any situation to let your relative proud of you because it's your choice to become a good person in the future. We will always be beside you. You are not alone. And that's the end. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye.